Hi everyone, in this tutorial we will go over one of the core pipelines in ZetaForge, which is the PostMaker demo, and we will see how it can be used. So in order to use this pipeline or any of these core pipelines here, all we need to do is to just drag and drop, and here we have our PostMaker pipeline. This PostMaker block that we see here is going to generate social media posts for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and X separately based on the content that you enter here and the theme and the tone that we specify for our posts. In order to be able to run this block, we will need an OpenAI API key. And as a result, we will have text that can be used as a post for each of these platforms. We can take this even one step further and use the output for the Instagram post as a prompt to a stable diffusion block, which is going to need its own API key. And in return, we will have pictures that can go in combination with the text generated for Instagram, and we will have a full Instagram post. So I have copied the exact same pipeline here, and I've only entered the API keys for the PostMaker block and the stable diffusion block, and entered my content, which is going to be the main prompt used for the post generation. So just as an example, let's say here we want to summarize the top 3 AI industry trends in 2024, and we want an introduction to each one and also the reason of their popularity. Now for the theme, let's say that we want these to be informative blog posts for a tech influencer, for example. And one thing to note here is that the inputs for content, theme, and tone are strings. And when we are using a parameter block, you can see it here, when we are using a parameter block and we are entering a string, we need to enclose it in double quotes. So we have our theme, and for the tone, let's keep it casual. So all the inputs are ready, and all I need to do is to just press run. And while this is running, here's an overview of the pipeline. We have the inputs to the PostMaker block, and then it's going to generate the social media posts for us. And then the Instagram post is being used as the prompt for stable diffusion to generate pictures for our Instagram post. And at any time, you can access the logs of this pipeline here and the list of all the previous pipelines and their logs by clicking on this button here. So you can see that the text for our social media post is already being generated, and now we also have our picture. So take LinkedIn as an example. By clicking on this icon, we can see our post, which is supposed to be, because it's on LinkedIn, it's supposed to be a bit more formal and a bit more detailed compared to, for example, let's say Instagram, which has more emojis and is more summarized and less formal. And also, this is our Instagram post picture. So one great thing about ZetaForge is that it allows people with multiple levels of knowledge and expertise in AI and in programming in general to be able to deploy AI pipelines. Take this PostMaker pipeline as an example. If you don't want to be involved in the details of the code and deployment, you can use this pipeline as we did right now. But if you want to be able to be involved in the details of the implementation and the coding behind each of these blocks, you can do that as well just by clicking on this icon in each of the blocks. In the computation.py file, you can see the compute function, which is going to run each time that we press the run button here. So basically, you can see that we have a main prompt, which is taking our content, theme, and tone, and then this is passed to an OpenAI agent to generate the posts for us. If you want a more detailed explanation of what each of these files are and what they do, you can check out our Intro to ZetaForge video on our YouTube channel. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for listening.